Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Run Facebook Ads podcast with myself, Nick Boddington. Today is episode 95, and we've had a couple of questions from our Facebook group, Let's Run Facebook Ads. And I'm going to answer one of those because they're actually really good questions. So on the next three podcasts, we're going to answer those, which I hope is going to answer a lot of your questions because it's kind of going back to basics. So let's get back into it. Right. This is a question from one of our members called Katie Barrow. And it goes, how to set up ads in campaigns, ad sets, and ads in terms of the funnel. E.g., do you put cold campaigns with 3 different ad sets, or do you have one campaign and have an ad set for cold, warm, hot, and then ads within those? Would love to know the best and correct way. It's a really, really valid question because I suppose from my point of view, because I do this so much all the time, I forget that maybe you guys don't, and that's what this podcast is about. So I need to just keep on repeating a lot of things and a lot of the changes. But do you know what? There aren't loads of changes with this. Now, I can understand why it's confusing, and I'm going to go over this podcast with the simple way of doing it so you guys understand. If you go out and you're watching YouTube videos and you're listening to other podcasts, there are some guys and girls who really know their stuff. But to be fair, it starts getting quite complicated. I mean, even in our own agency, we had something called the 7-day stat, which I've started using again. So I will update you on the results of that, where you can put a cold and a warm in the same campaign. But for this podcast, and you guys, if you're, early stages like Katie, I'm going to do it really simply of the top, middle, bottom of funnel. Okay, right. Top, middle, bottom of funnel. You don't always need to have all 3. Essentially, the way I want you to think about it is your top of funnel is you're going to go out and you're going to go to an audience or multiple audience, and you are going to tell people that have never heard about your product or service about yourself. They're going to come through. They're going to watch your video. They're going to come through to your website, okay, or your landing page. You're then going to set up a middle of funnel ad or a bottom of funnel ad. Let's just say a retargeting ad. Call it an MOF or BOF or MOF/BOF. Call it what you want. Call it a retargeting ad. You've got your top of funnel, and then your retargeting ad is going to be simply showing people who came to your website or watched your video, if you've done a video, another ad, and it's going to be more call to action-y. You might want to put on the test putting out a discount. So you could test it different ways. You could test no discount, £5 off, £10 off, 15% off, 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, whatever you want to do. Test these different things. But that is fundamentally the simplest way of doing it. Cold and a warm retargeting. So as another part of that question is, do we use multiple ads? Now you can do, and the podcast next week is going to be going on to testing audiences again. And now I know that loads of you listen to multiple podcasts and you look at YouTube videos and you know a lot of the peers out there like me. And we're all a lot of the stuff is the same, but everyone's finding little tricks that they find successful with their own ad accounts. And they're going to talk about it. Absolutely. Obviously, they're going to talk about that. So I completely get it. The way I want you to think about it is just keep things simple as a starting point until you have the confidence and knowledge to start experimenting with different things. So the next episode is going to go on to audience testing. This one, I'm not going to go into the audience testing because it's going to start confusing this podcast. So this one is going to be talking about the top of funnel and the retargeting and how you do that. Then what I want you to do is go away, set it up, get an idea of how you set up this sort of funnel, and then we can look at how we can enhance it by doing some more audience testing. Now, with the top of funnel, when you go to a sales ad, so I'm going to assume that you are an e-commerce business. Now, if you are, you can follow the same optimization. If you're leads, you just need to obviously optimize for leads. But let's say you're going out as you're an e-com business. Okay, so your top of funnel is basically I would suggest doing a video. Okay, 2 reasons. A, videos look absolutely amazing, and it's what everyone is watching at the moment. and B, you can build an audience to retarget people who watch your video. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Okay. The way I want you to build this is you're going to go into your ads manager and you're going to click on new campaign. I'm going to do this as I go along. So if you can hear me clicking in the background, that's what I'm doing. So we're going to go into there. We're going to click on create. Okay. Big green button. Now in there, we're going to go for, I would say, right, this is where it gets a little bit more complicated at the end. You could, 2 options, and you choose which option you want. You can do a engagement campaign with video views. Now, what is that? What's that going to do? That's going to go out and show as many people as possible your video, and they're going to watch it. Okay. They're not necessarily going to buy your product. So when it comes to retargeting of people who watch your video, if you've got a video that's 40 seconds long, I would say you build an audience which says people who watched 50% of my video. Because if we're taking, there's someone who watched the first part of your video and lost interest, we're not really interested in them. But if someone's watched 20 seconds of your video, we are interested in them, because 20 seconds in the social media world of watching someone's video, especially if it's on your product or on your service, it's quite a long time. So it's worth retargeting them. It'll also be cheaper to do an engagement campaign. So first of all, let's go on that one. You go to an engagement campaign, name your campaign. Let's keep it simple. You're naming it an engagement campaign for video. You click continue. Now, for the sake of ease, you'll have a Advantage Campaign Budget Plus automatically off on this next page. Click it on. This is basically just saying that you're going to spend your budget from a campaign level opposed to an ad set level. But it keeps the option open, because once you've set your ad live, if you decide that you want to add in another audience or something like that, you can't change the optimization to make a campaign budget to do 2 audiences. So let's just keep it simple and have that switched on. Okay. We now go into the ad set stage. Now in here, we've got a few options. We've got messaging apps. We've got, this is under the conversion bit, messaging apps on your ad, website, app, Facebook page. So we want to, on this one, we want to select that we are going to get people to engage on the ad. So on the ad, get people to watch a video or interact with your post or event. Click that, and then just underneath it will come up with an engagement type, and that's post videos, video posts, post engagement, or event responses. Obviously, we're going to keep it on video posts. Build your audience. Don't really have to show you how to explain how to do that, and then keep it on Advantage Plus placements. Okay. Down in the bottom bit, optimization delivery, you have 2 here, which is you can edit through play, or you can add in 2-second video views. Now, kick to through play. Through play is if your video is 15 seconds or shorter for longer videos. This will be optimized for people who are most likely to play at least 15 seconds. Okay, so we want that. Right, next page. So this is simple, apart from building the audience, pretty simple. Next one, we go into the choose your Facebook page, choose your Instagram account, or should automatically do that. And now you can add your video. So you can literally add your video in, put in a bit of text, but I also want you to add a destination. Now, if you don't add a destination, you can't put a headline in or anything like that. It's just literally getting people to watch your video. But we want to add a destination in, which is now gives the option to headline. Description, I would leave that. Doesn't get shown enough on different placements. So just, I wouldn't bother with the description. Go down, and then you can click on website and put your URL to where you want people to go. Tracking, website events, that's links up to your pixel. And you've built a retargeting ad. Okay, sorry. And you've built a top of funnel video ad. Now, what I want you to do that once you've built that is go into your business manager, go to audiences, choose video views, and build an audience based on people who've watched 50% of your video. Okay, leave that to Facebook, and Facebook will do what it needs to do. The next objective is your sales objective. So this is still top of funnel. You've decided that you want to show a video at top of funnel, but you want to get sales from it from the off. You want to try it out. Okay, and you can do 2, just try them out. This way, you go into create, and you go down to the sales campaigns. Name your ad. Now you'll have two options here: tailored sales campaign or Shopping Advantage Plus. Now, not many people in the UK have got Shopping Advantage Plus. For all my accounts, I would say only 5% have got that, but all of them have got tailored sales campaign. The difference between a tailored sales campaign and a manual sales campaign is the fact that Facebook has basically shows you one page where you can put in your audience, you can put in your creative, you can put your text in there, all that copy, that sort of stuff. But the problem is, as I found out yesterday, because I don't really use a tailored sales campaign, I was on a call with one of our ad clinic clients, and he was having problems with the fact that he'd loaded up some creative, doing the right thing, and he'd put one up which is portrait for reels, another one up for square for feeds, and another one up for video, which is landscape for video views. What Facebook did when he used tailored sales campaign is it automatically showed that ad making a video out of those three different styles of video. So the video just changed shape weirdly, but said the same thing. It was very strange, and there was no way of changing it. So we then rebuilt the ad and we used manual sales campaign. So I would use a mail sales campaign setup. Again, click that. First page comes up, Advantage Plus. Click on the Advantage Plus and put in your budget. Again, in case we add more audiences, it's already set up. Now here is choose your location for the conversion. We're going to stick to a website because that's what we want to do now. We want to get people to watch the video and go through to the website. We choose our pixel, whichever one you're using, and we choose an event which we are going to have as either lead if we're trying to get leads, or we're going to have it as a purchase if we're trying to get purchases. Yep, following me? Keep on scrolling down, put your audience in, blah, blah, blah. And again, keep to Advantage Plus placements, unless you really want to just keep it on your feed, on your Facebook and Instagram feed. But I would advise putting it on Advantage Plus placements. Facebook likes to be able to show your ad wherever it can get the best return on your investment. And as I said at the beginning of this, if you can create your videos to be in landscape, square, and portrait for reels, in the next part of this, we'll be able to add that in. So Facebook is going to make your ad look the best it can in all the placements. Okay, we click next, and now we're on to the last page, which is the ad page to build the ad. So we're going to go down here. Now it'll automatically come up with Advantage Plus Creative for catalog. We don't want that one. We don't want to show a catalog. We want to do a manual upload with a single image or video, not carousel. Okay. Media, add your video again. Right. So, but once you've added your video in here, I would go for let's say we got the square, the landscape, and the portrait. Choose your square. Now, on your next page, it will allow you to select media crop for the placements, and it will show you your placement. All on one page, it will show you your stories and reels placement, feeds and videos, and right column. And if you look at the bottom of all these, you can replace the image. So you go onto your one for the reels and replace it with the portrait. Go onto the ones with the videos and replace that with the landscape. And there you'll have all your media put in to go onto all the placements and look great. You can fully optimize it. I would advise doing that. And then you've got your primary text, you've got your headline and your description. Now, with the video and for both of these, video, whether you're using sales or video views, this is an introduction to your product. Okay, so you're telling the world or your audience who've never heard of you before what you're about. Okay, but you do want to you just got to try and get people in with a hook. So something we call dog whistle copy is just above on the primary text so they can read it before having to press see more. Get in there like the one we did yesterday, which was for our client which make candles. Well, they do make candles, but they do all the stuff for people to make candles themselves for their own candle business. And he says, calling all candle makers and wax melting pot experts. Okay. So automatically someone's going to see that out and go, huh, that's me. And then they're going to read on and watch the video. Okay. If you're selling dog leads, calling out to everyone to all dog owners, be creative with it, but call out to these people. That's why we call it dog whistle copy. Only those people they'll recognize it by seeing what you've put into that, and they'll go, yeah, that's me, and they'll want to continue reading on. Okay. So anyone who doesn't watch the video is unlikely to be someone who wants to buy your product. Headline again, just talk about, a nice little hook. Maybe try and get some kind of, you hear me talking about like an offer. It's always good to have an offer. It doesn't always have to be about retargeting. Putting an offer on there, you can have no offer at the top and then retarget with an offer, or you can have a slight offer at top and then retarget one. So one of the ones we do for one of our bike seat cover companies is that we automatically across the website has 20% off. So no matter where they're buying in the world, there's 20% off the seat cover. And then on the retargeting, we give them a further 10% off, and we talk about the free delivery. So on the first one, we're not talking about free delivery. If they go to the website and they see free delivery, it's fine. It's to everyone. But we just look for another way that we can retarget people. So first one is, hey, look at this great bike seat cover. Watch this video. It tells you all the things. So we shouting to the person, hey, Mr. Biker, you need this for your bike. Here's 20% off. And the second one is, hey, Mr. Biker, we actually show him pretty much the same video again, but we change the text to say, oh my God, today we're giving 20% off plus 10% off plus free shipping. And it's going mad. It gets like 5 return on investment on just that ad. So think about how you're going to shout out to these people. Scroll down, call to action, shop now. Obviously, we don't want to put in there watch video. We want them to come through to the website, and then put your URL link in of where you want them to go. And you set up your top of funnel ads. So there's 2 top of funnel ads there working off video. Now, you don't have to do video. You can do static, you can do carousel, whatever objective you want. But what I'm saying is a video, it gives you another way of retargeting. So rather than just saying, okay, I sent this much good traffic through to our website and we can retarget clicks to the website, you also have people who watched a certain amount of the video, which is gold dust, okay? So there's your top of funnel. Middle of funnel is exactly the same. You could even, I make this really easy for myself to set up. I take my sales campaign that I've just set up at top of funnel, and I've called it a top of funnel, and then I duplicate it, okay? This is the most simple way you can do this. You duplicate your top of funnel ad. So you hover underneath where you see your ad, you're on your campaigns page on Ads Manager, you see your top of funnel ad and you hover over it and you'll see it come up with view charts, edit, duplicate, or pin. Click duplicate. When you click duplicate, it will come up with the name of your new ad. Change it, and all you could do is just change it to middle of funnel retargeting. Okay, nice, easy name, and then close it. And the reason I close it is just because if you don't close it, you'll have your top of funnel ad and you'll see your middle of funnel ad campaign at the same time, and it can just be a bit confusing. So close it down, not Ads Manager, just click the X in the top corner, and then go back to, you'll see your middle of funnel campaign now set up, and go to edit. Okay, so when you go in there and edit, it's exactly the same setup. It's a sales campaign. You've got campaign budget. Go to the next one, which is your ad set page. Now here, you'll have already had, this will be exactly the same as your top of funnel, where you'll have your audience. Now, rather than having your cold audience in there, delete your cold audience, go to custom audiences, which is in your audience section, and search for the audience that you've built, which is people who watched 50% of my video. Choose it. And then you also want to create a new audience, and there'll be a create new button just next to it, where you can create an audience of website visitors and do it in the last 30 days. Okay. If you think you've got lots of website traffic already and you're not a brand new business and you've never done retargeting, go back to 90 days or 60 days. Yeah. So you have a reason to show more people your ad again that have already been onto your website, and you can reduce that in time. Okay. So then you've now got 2 custom audiences chosen there, one for video views and one for website retargeting. If you want to, you could build a Facebook ad in there of people who engage with your Facebook ads, people who engage with your Instagram ads. Be creative. Think about all the different places that someone might be going onto your website, and then look in that audience creation part of Facebook and see what audiences you can create. Okay. You don't have to worry now really about age, because you're retargeting people who've been to your website or watched your video. Don't worry about gender. Don't worry about detailed targeting. You just want to keep it just to those 2 audiences. Again, keep it on Advantage Plus. Now you're on your last ad page. Now it's up to you. You could keep the same video on. As I said, for our bike cover company, we pretty much keep the same video on. We can't assume that that person has watched that first video and gone, I watched it like a movie, and go, I remember this. They probably haven't. They've just been browsing while flicking through, watching TV, and it's in the background. So try sending the video again, or do another video if you're able to, or do a static. or test a few different things out. Okay. If you want to test a few different things out, you go back to your ad set page and you choose dynamic creative, which is a button halfway down. Click that button, and this will allow you to put in multiple videos, multiple statics, multiple text, and you can really have a play around with it. You will see a multiple advertiser ads. Click that off. It doesn't really work. We don't see any benefit from it. And put in your text now is going to be a bit of a better offer, or a offer. If you didn't, like we just said, if you put an offer at the top of funnel, maybe copy it or put it better. You put 20% at the middle of funnel, top of funnel, sorry. Now you could do, hey, remember, we've got 20% off plus free shipping. So just try and enhance it a little bit. Okay. But have a play around with the text, have a play around with the headlines. On the headline now, this is where you really want to shout out about your offer. So now you've got someone's seen your video, or they've clicked through to your website. They like what you do. Now we need to remind them to come back again and try and purchase. Call to action again is shop now, and you will have your website URL. Now, depending on what, especially with this page, depending on what product you're trying to sell, send the consumer directly to your product or service. Don't send them to your homepage, because your homepage is just going to make them look everywhere. If you are top of funnel or middle of funnel, sending them to a specific product, make sure that your URL is that specific product, not your homepage. I have it too. It happens to me, especially at Christmas. I remember seeing stuff on Instagram and going, oh, I like that. You know, it's pretty cool. Christmas present all for myself, and clicking onto it, and it takes me through to a homepage. And I'm like, where am I supposed to go now? Now I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes trying to find the product that I'd seen. So it's a real pain. Don't do it. Take them to basically hold their hand through the process all the way up to the checkout. Then you've got your website events, your tracking, etc., and publish. And there you go, nice and simply, without making it complicated. I hope I didn't make it complicated. You have got a top of funnel going out to a cold audience and a retargeting funnel going out to people who viewed the video or hit your website. I hope that helps, and I will see you on the next podcast. Bye for now.